Can't get a game for free. Shit, I got some change on me. Look into my eyes, moving it right. I might just pay the fee. She's cash please. Yeah. She got a way of making the block free. Cash please. Yeah. Can't get a game for free. Shit, I got some change on me. Look into my eyes, moving it right. I might just pay the fee. She's cash please.
Hey, welcome back. It's your boy Dr. Self from 1.0, man. And tonight, it's a birthday party, y'all. It's my birthday. So, y'all know how we did it last year. We're going to probably do it the same thing this year. Do a little music playing, do a little talking to shit, do a little taking care of business. You dig what I'm saying? But it's my birthday, y'all. And I am fortunate to be the recipient of so many people that love me. There's no greater value than having someone that actually love and care for your well-being, care for how you're doing, care for how you're going to do, care for how you feel and what you think. This type of love is a rarity. So when you have it, you value it. I mean, you spoil it and you tell everybody you can if you can because you want other people to experience that. And I am grateful on my birthday because I'm one of the lucky ones that can say that I experienced that. And because I've experienced that, it has changed and molded my life to where on my 53rd birthday, yes sir, you heard it right, on my 53rd birthday, take a good look, on my 53rd birthday, I am more than grateful to give honor to those people that made it possible for me to be here. My dad, my mom, my brothers, my sisters, oh my God, my sisters, Katie, Lisa, Jackie, my mother most of all, my father most of all, and the host of uncles and aunties I've had that have had a hand in that type of love that I'm talking about tonight. You dig? So, on my birthday, I always give homage to them because they're the reasons that I can come to you, and if I do anything or make you feel any ways positive or good, then their contribution to me, it stems to you. Yes, from comedy to my commentations here on my podcast. You dig? You are the benefactor of that because I was. So I want to let you know that tonight I love you. And every person that chimes in, every person that responds, every person that gives me a comment, I love you. Even if we disagree, that's why we are able to disagree. And disagree with respect. Okay? So that's what we do here, and I wanted to take time to do that business first. Because it is my birthday. And you know, I'm not just sitting there. I'm doing my thing. I just cut the music down where you can hear me. So tonight, man, we got a few subjects. And we just gonna let it ride like we normally do. You know what I'm saying? One man, one mic. That's what I do. One man and one mic. That's all it takes. You dig? So tonight, man, we're gonna discuss a few subjects. You know, in the state of Illinois, they have pretty much abolished cash bail. Now, all of us don't really think about bail until we need it. You dig what I'm saying? We don't think about bail because it's one of those things, you know, that you just don't talk about. Because the fact that you need bail, you know, the reason why probably is embarrassing. But bail is the one thing that allows the common man or the common woman to get out and continue their lives. So if the state of Illinois abolished cash bail, Now look at the implications of this, and no one is talking about it. So I'm gonna bring it to you tonight on 1.0. And this information comes from a real good source, and it's true. I did my homework. In 2003, this happened. I mean, it's 2004 now, but in 2003, this happened. You know, the state of Illinois abolished cash bail, and they made it to where the judge has to decide if that person is worthy of going free or not. Now, before that, my source told me that in the state of New York, they did a bail reform, meaning that people were released on their own cognizance, but they had lawyers who would call their home. They had warrants of the court who would call their home. They even had judges who would call their home. If they can't get to court, they would send them a ride. If something was going on and they just couldn't make it, then those dates were changed where they could make it. And it was a success. People showed up when they were supposed to. People, that didn't show up, they were hunted down, in so many words, and they showed up after that. And the program worked. And it was called bail reform. Okay? Now, me being a person of color, I have been, here recently needed bail. You dig what I'm saying? And somebody was there to fill that need. Because I have a family to get back to. I have a wife to get back to. I have things to do. You dig? And for a common man, that would be a life-changing situation to not be able to get out of jail. Not because you don't have the money, because there is no bail. You dig? Are y'all getting what I'm saying here? Now, as a man of color, melanated, we are the biggest product of jail, besides our other brown brothers, our Hispanic brothers. We are the main product of jail. We have been that big wheel that has kept prisons filled and making them money this whole time. You dig? I mean, the profit margin that they have is so great to where, they made a whole, need for themselves by way of trap rappers, by way of jackers, by way of gang members, by way of all of what they put out into society to make our brown brothers and sisters behave in a way that would put them in that position of going to jail and having no money and have to choose between if you're going to take this amount of time or that amount of time, not if you're innocent or not. So the state of Illinois has abolished cash bail. That means in Chicago, Illinois, or anywhere up there, where Michael Jackson lived, 2300th Street, you did, Indiana, you did, you go to jail, that means you can't get out, cuz. That's for a traffic ticket, that's for jaywalking, that's for murder, that's for SA, that's for whatever. You're going to be there until what's decided to be your fate. Dig that. Now, to me, that creates a whole market for the prison system. Because now it don't come if I'm innocent or not. It becomes how much time I want to take. And they give out time like you live several times. 35 years in a lifetime, that's a death sentence. 25 years in a lifetime is a death sentence. 15 in some cases is a death sentence. And they don't care if you're old, young, and in between. For some people, 5 years is a death sentence. Might not be for that particular prisoner, but it might be for his mama. It might be for his daddy. It might be for his Uncle Julius, or it might be for his Aunt Lucille, or it's a death sentence for somebody that you're close to. So now they are abolishing the ability for you to continue your life when you go to jail. Now this is the model. The jail reform in New York, it actually worked. And this is something that they've been working on a while, is what my source tells me. And because it was successful in New York, nobody told nobody. They kind of kept it like, hey, we can do this, but don't tell anybody. This is what we're doing. But in the state of Illinois, don't speed, don't spit on the ground, don't take nothing out of nobody's stove, don't punch, don't do nothing to nobody. Because you're going to go to jail. And that's where you're going to be. Until you sign some sort of agreement with these people so you can go ahead and do your time and get on out in several years or several months or several days. But it won't be it's going to be, I'm in jail without the bail. Now, in the Constitution, if I can get my assistant, look up what it says in the Constitution about not being, treated unhumane, tortured, or given a large amount of time to be confined. This is in our Constitution. See? You're not allowed to give abuse while in custody of, these authorities. It's in our Constitution. And they just have jumped over that and come up with their own version of our Constitution. That's clearly written where the common man could understand it. That was the thing. They did that for a reason. So it could be clearly understood. You are not to confine a person, or you are not to give a certain amount of abuse to a person. Now, if they take you and hold you, do you know the amount of mental abuse that is? And as a common person, as a human being, there's nothing we could do about the amount of time it takes for insanity to set in. It has a time. And when they confine you, that's mental abuse. Torture is what it was stated in the Constitution. That's how they said it. Torture. Jail is torture, and now they are taking the ability away for you to leave that place. Meaning that they want you there. They want you to plea bargain. They want you to cut a deal, because then you go into the iron wheel, where plenty of us have been recycled through, made to be modern day slaves in that wheel. Because while you're there at the prison, you're making products, brooms, license plates, shampoo, soap, and all this is being sold on the open market. Now, what was the commodity back then? Cotton, wasn't it? Now it's you niggas who sit back and have no knowledge of what's happening behind the scenes, but y'all argue over two old ass men who gonna sit in the presidency. While y'all paying attention to Paw Paw, things are being changed right before your eyes. Now, you might say, well, nigga, I ain't going to jail, but we have children who might have the possibility of suffering jail. It's not about you, cuz. It's not about you, cuz. Well, I taught my son, well, we taught all our sons, and we taught all our daughters. But somehow, a large number of them, check out the penitentiary numbers and see what age group is the large group. Yeah, your babies. See? I like to call them after R. Kelly babies. Yeah, all the babies that came after R. Kelly, yeah. And they even put that nigga in jail. Because, you did. But I know it's a few of you, and I'm included, that's glad that system is in place. But it's in place for a reason. Because the state of New York proved that bail was not necessary. A monetary whatever. We just greasing palms. It's not necessary. Whether I put money down or not, the court is supposed to act the same if I leave on my own recognizance. But because they involve your family, they involve your loved ones. That's to regulate you. They threaten to take your family's property or your loved one's property and hold them responsible for you to show up in court. But they're talking about abolishing it. Now I'm pretty sure if Illinois gets away with it and nobody sends an alert to the Supreme Court, that this will lie. Just like these laws that they just made in I think it was Tennessee or somewhere, where they made it to where black police officers can't stop white people. It's got to be a white officer. What that sound like, man? Now, I'm gonna say it like this. I am absolutely happy to be from the 70s. I'm a 70s nigga. And all of this is new to me. Because of being a 70s niggas, we grew up a certain kind of way. One way is that respect was highly driven into you. Respect and the appearance and the behavior when you left your parents' home. The worst thing that you can do is the neighbor has to bring your ass home and say, well, Mr. Shepherd, I had to whoop this boy. He was out there, filling on them girl booties and going on, and he felt on my granddaughter's booty, and that's why I put something on it. And I'm bringing him home, and you got your ass whooped again. Because the respect was highly driven into you. We were also highly religious because we were taken to church. You did? Our parents wanted us to know what religion was, who the white Jesus was. You did? But I am grateful to live in this time. On my birthday, I am grateful to be here and see all of these changes happening to us. And I see it happening, and I see it happening with no real defensive mode. What we gonna do about this, man? What are we gonna do about this? Because here in Texas, we are a penitentiary state. Just imagine your husband walk out the door this morning and he's not a criminal. He probably hadn't paid no tickets, or he probably, hadn't paid his child support from his last relationship, but he's a good man and he's doing what he got to do. And when he get pulled over here in Texas or Houston, Texas, that he's taken, and there's no agreement about how he can get out. There's none. Now, what happens to that family dynamic? What happens to that family dynamic? It get broken all the way down. Not to where the person that you put in jail suffers, but that family, that child, that wife, that uncle, that nephew. It's a ripple effect. And they know this. But meantime, in New York, jail reform worked. It was a successful program. You dig? But nobody magnified. Nobody ran into the White House. Nobody did. It was just an experiment on jail reform. But now, if we allow these things to happen, y'all, our children are going to be slaves, y'all. They're going to be a product like cows, like pigs, or any other product that they mass produce on the market. That's what we are. That's what we always been. And I don't see where the future is getting more safe. I don't see where the future is getting more prosperous for a certain group of people. Because it's very important if you learn and you know. And if you know, like they say. But what kind of move? Because on last week's podcast, I spoke to you about Kamala Harris. And I said, hey, is somebody out there that gonna make my t-shirts, my Kamala Harris for 2025? Is 2025? I think it's 2025. Kamala Harris for president. I want my t-shirts made now. We'll split the money. And that's my idea, because I know that's what's going down. And because it's going down that way, we have been thinking, we have been looking that way when they're doing things behind our back that way. That's how I feel about this, because this abolition of jail bail, cash bail, happened in 2023. Nobody said anything. That somebody had actually been so bold to make a move like that. And for it to be detrimental to a certain race. It's detrimental to us, what they just did in Chicago. And Chicago is, in Illinois, is a perfect place to start, because the violence up there is so high. And they have a large number of young men who are involved in that violence. So they just have it's like having a farm with nothing but cattle as far as you can see. Endless. And here it is, yet another assault on you fellas. Now the prison system, it's been killing families and family dynamics for a while. But now they've added the alphabet family to it. That's taking us away. Not only us, It's taking women away. Man, they are at war with us on just about every corner, bruh. And we sit and we do what we do. Yes, man, we do what we do. We party, you did. We spend all our money on idle things that you probably would have to buy in the following year. We go through the same processes to where you can tell our movement by what month it is. If it's July, it's Firecracker Day. If it's December, it's Merry Christmas. If it's April, it's Easter. And if it's something, it's something, something. They got some kind of holiday to spend your damn money. And these are the things that we do. But then when we grow out of that and become adults who are responsible for other people, they've already made these laws to harm your children, just like you were. Abuse your children just like you were. Make them slaves just like you were. Now I'm saying were because I have the hope of that you have grown out of this and you have seen the reality of what we're doing here. Now, on my birthday, I'm compelled to talk some real shit. We are sending F-1 fighters to Ukraine as we speak. They are already there with our name on the motherfucker. Now, what in Calabasas you think is going to happen when U.S. fighters, straight from the U.S., they flew all the way over. No, they didn't fly. They had to come off one of them plane boats. A fighter. And now you can say that we are officially involved in a war. That's why on this day, in my birthday, I'm celebrating. Because who knows, man? Who knows that there are Russian war submarines that has the capability of shooting off missiles from the water 100 miles off the coast of Florida? Who knows? While we are sending F-1 fighters to their territory to fight. Who knows why? Come on, people. We all feel it in the air. This day that I live right now is special to me because of how uncertain things are. You have to have some sort of certainty in your life. You have to know what it is you want out of this life today. And you have to make your goals achievable. Why is that? Why are we so interested in the impossible when you know it's impossible? But we shoot for that, saying that if it ain't impossible, it'll be almost impossible. No. Let's deal with the things that we achieve. We walk over the small things like they don't have their weight. They do. Any small action that you contribute to positivity, it creates a positive ripple, a positive vibration. And if you are one of those woke people out there, you know what I'm talking about because that's what we are. Vibration. Did you know that it's a fact that when you touch someone, you're not actually touching them? It's the resistance of your vibration that you're feeling. It's their resistance that's pressing up against your physical body because you are vibrating. You're not a solid entity. You are built of atoms, molecules, and so on, as is the universe and this planet. Come on, people. When you know something as technical as that, you mean y'all motherfuckers can't think technical? More technical than Jesus gonna save us? It's more technical than that. Because over time it has proven we've had many saviors. We talk about them all the time. Martin Luther King, Malcolm the X, you dig? Elvis Cleaver, the Black Panthers, you dig? Sir John II, Harriet Tubman. We've had hero after hero after hero. But guess what? Everybody want them, but nobody want dead. Now that sound to you. That's what we want. We want to enjoy heaven, but nobody want dead. Because death breaks everything up. Every time that we thought we were going to be on the top and we were rising up, boom! Dead. Then we start over. After Dr. King, it was Jesse Jackson. After Jesse Jackson, it was, the fat dude with the long hair. What's his name? What's that boy name? He used to be fat, now he's skinny than a motherfucker. Him. Then it was Obama. But these niggas is still alive. So that lets you know. Whatever they were fighting for, it wasn't worth dying for. And that's us. So here on my birthday, man, I want to make it count. I don't want to just, do my thing until the day is over with, wake up tomorrow still ignorant. I want to make it count. So I challenge you people. Because Kamala Harris is about to be your candidate that we negotiate that candidacy by asking for something or demanding something or just telling the motherfucker this the way it got to motherfucking be. Because we know y'all need us this time. Because y'all got this narrative that Trump is a big dragon and he need to be slayed. Y'all need us this time, cuz. Now look, we talked about reparations, right? Let's get somebody on that before all this here go down. How about that? California done already did it. They passing out checks. Every part of this world that y'all have destroyed, raped, maimed, killed, you have went back and you have paid them people. We the only race that has not been given that respect. We got an apology. Somebody apologized. I don't remember who it was, Bill Clinton or somebody. But that shit don't buy no groceries. And it don't get me none of my land back that you motherfuckers took. It don't do none of that. Let's start there. You're gonna take care of that business and, we still gonna think about it. Because we got a few more things we need. We need some sort of police reform. Because here lately, the police have been more deadly than your neighbors, than us living together. And you know it's dangerous when we live together. Truth be true, it is. So we need more community police instead of just police in general. And where I live, they send the most lily white police to my neighborhood that has no understanding, that didn't go to my school, that probably gonna let me off a few times, go home, man, stop doing what I'm doing before I take your ass to jail. That type of shit. We got the motherfuckers who gonna go up under your seat, look in your trunk, up under your car, check your battery, gas tank, and every motherfucking thing to ensure that your ass be good in jail. That if we don't start paying attention, your ass won't be able to get out of. And I don't care about you talking about criminal niggas need to go to jail. If you did something, you just wait, motherfucker. Your time coming. There's nobody on this planet perfect, bro. You are prone to being in the wrong place at the wrong time, or misidentified, or just ask the fucking question, nigga. They just want to ask you a question and your ass end up, I can't breathe. Yeah. So here on my birthday, the day is valuable. The time I have is valuable. And what I do with it makes me dream of the next day. Because that next day is not guaranteed to me, not even the next minute or the next breath. And people, it's time for us to start thinking about who's behind us. All our children that we spend our money on, and we send them to school, and we buy their clothes, and we applaud their accomplishments, and we brag on them. This is what we're going to leave for them. A legacy of being cowards. A legacy of being cows. Cattle. Led and motherfucking slaughtered. And in this day of time, I can even go so far as to say that used for food. Now how that hit you, man? My information is good. Do your research. Because on this time around, we needed time to get educated. I give that to us. We need time to find out what the fuck was going on. And now you know. Due to this thing that I'm coming to you on tonight, the internet, we know. And I don't want to repeat podcasts that I've already done. But I feel a sense of urgency. I feel a sense of panic. I feel a sense of not knowing what the fuck is next. It's gotten to where you can't even plan a week ahead. You dig what I'm saying? Because the possibilities of we are in the disaster area. I've went through 2 disasters in the last 2 months. 2. And when I say disaster, I mean the Hurricane Beryl that just came through here, the straight line winds that just came through Houston. And it's early in the season, and we are thinking that this things are of nature, and they are not. This is not of nature. This is somebody tampering with nature. And Mother Nature herself is tired of being tampered with. So the end result is not only a war that's going on in Ukraine, or a war that's going over there with the Jews. It's a war going on with this planet. And we are stuck dab in the middle. Right now, there are millions of people in Houston, Texas, without power and have been for a week. Our governor is somewhere probably doing something strange for some change. And he hadn't come back yet. And this happened a week ago. He hasn't come back yet. People, do you see that we are being left to fend for ourselves? So why not do that? When the opportunity to presents itself, why not just take over right then and fend for ourselves? Because you have been the working wheel of this whole thing that they got together. You do the work. You do the building. You do the going and educating yourself so you can carry out whatever plan that they have and pay you small little divots for your life. Because they work you until you're dead, or they work you until the next group of slaves come along and they replace you. People, come on. Let's take a long walk after dark. Yeah. Maybe we can listen to the groove and just be silent, which we have done. We've been dancing, we've been eyelashing, we've been weaving, we've been fifth wheeling, we've been dubbing, we've been slamming, we've been Dracoing, we've been all kind of shit except decent black people. No, I'm never gonna let you off the hook. I'm holding you accountable for the next generation of us. These children are smarter, and because they're smarter, they physically weaker. They're emotionally weaker. Because what we had to learn the hard way, they learned within a few seconds in the palm of their hand. And it came without the experience. So who's the fault here? Not the parents. Not grandma, not, this is what was provided to us. They just did it to the young children in another way. They did us with Jerry curls and, that's how they did us. Y'all, they got real creative with the young ones. So my aim is to get us focused on what's going to happen after us, because it's almost after. I'm 53. I've lived life and I've enjoyed it. Hard times, deaths, disappointments, and all. I have enjoyed living, and I continue to enjoy it. And I look to meet you here next year, so we can have another serious discussion. I will not squander my time, anymore on idle things, or being traditional in what we think about at a certain part of the year. Like Christmas, you think about it. Easter, you think about it. New Year's Eve, you are planning for it. You are setting your money aside for it, and oh man. But what happens when this type of disruption comes that we just suffered here? Then what do you plan for? Nothing. Because your plans were on the traditional things that they cloud our minds with, that they take our money with, that they make us delusional with. It's time to wake up, people, and know that we don't live even in that dimension anymore. COVID was the beginning, and it has not stopped. It has been constant. And if you are one of the persons who think that all these things are just the way the thing goes, then okay. I don't completely disagree with you, with the exception of the fact that these things that seem to be the way it goes, somebody got their finger on the button of those things, and they always have. So on my birthday, I vow to enjoy it. I have no choice because of the things that I understand about how valuable this thing we call breathing, walking around and talking and having warm blood run through your body, how valuable that is. And we squander it with music, and we squander it with television, and we squander it with things that we can buy with this paper that is so important to us. But man, things have happened to me that have far exceeded the importance on the things that most people find to be important. Where you get actual support and actual help and actual healing and actual understanding and growth from these things that we look over every day. What's wrong with you, son? And sometimes it hurts my heart. Yes, sir. It hurts my heart to see it. And we all do. We just don't have time to pay attention to it. But we all see it. And believe it or not, it's people that wish on a daily basis that they can dump. They can just dump the way their lives are. And there's a large number of people who have just dumped what their lives were and started a total new, where they, meaning you, get to reap the seeds of your work. I have a beautiful garden. I mean, I've been working on it and working on it. Man, I got tomatoes growing. I got watermelons growing. And it's just not them that's growing. The fruit, I'm growing too with it. When they bloom, I just bloom with pride that I created something that I can put in my body directly from the earth. Now you talking about some medicine. And what's my name? The doctor. Can you dig it? And these are the things that we have been, our head has been turned away from these things. And here on my birthday, I urge you to return to your natural state. If it means that you have to take off your eyelashes and let your eyebrows grow back, or start wearing your natural hair, or start doing things within the, balance of nature. That's what we are. We are the earth. And we walk on it, we drive on it, we dance on it, we kill on it, we do everything on it that's not conducive of a connection with what's natural to us. We have been made an unnatural people, and it's time to forgive yourselves and know that the information was held from us. It's not your fault. But when you know, you know. Like my mama say, when you know better, then do better. And we have to do better, people. We have to do better. And it doesn't take a birthday for you to realize that. It doesn't take, I hope that it doesn't take somebody going to jail for you to understand what has been done. Because if they get away with it, you can best believe it's coming your way. Because we are in the state of Texas, and this is the penitentiary state. Now, y'all say it with me. Come to Texas on vacation, leave on probation. And that is a true statement. So if they can abolish bail, oh my God, it's open season. You dig? I mean open season. Now, man, I am so happy to be in this seat talking to you right now because I have so many reasons to be thankful to complete another life cycle in a year. That's what I call it. I don't call it a birthday per se. I have completed 365 years rotation around this planet. Can you dig it? Being around the world and now, yeah. I have found my baby. Yes, sir. And I'm here tonight, and I'm just thanking everybody for all the support that you give me. I want to thank everybody for the birthday shouts out on Facebook, and I want to thank everybody that signed in on YouTube, Spotify, and the other social media outlets you can find my show. Now, look, I do this every Friday, man. The doctor is coming to you from in between 8:30 and 9 o'clock. You dig? And I'm going to always come with something that, you know, is worth listening to. And I keep my eye on them people, man. So, big shout out to everyone here in Houston that is suffering, that don't have lights, man. Our hearts go out to you because I too suffered that, but somehow the Spirit seen it right for us to put us back in the light, and we are hoping all of you have received some sort of electricity by today. Today is the 12th of July, my birthday, and like I said, my heart goes out to everyone because here in Houston we have suffered major damage. You know, from getting gas is difficult. Groceries are about to become difficult because the stores didn't have any electricity and all the food been bad. So we're going to have to wait on grocery deliveries, and there's no telling when that comes because we don't know how bad it is in other places for them to be able to travel here and give us what we need. So if you have any family here or friends or whatever, please call and check on them. And man, I'm just saying, be in a heart to where you're ready to give and show that love that I was talking about earlier, because people truly need it. If you got any kind of contributions that you can give to your family or friends that are up here, please offer it. Don't make them ask, because we are, they are already in a bad position, and we don't want them to feel as if something, an act of nature is their fault. Okay? So y'all keep that in mind. Get on your telephones, check on people, and make sure that they have what they need to get through this time. This is the second storm that we suffered. So y'all just keep your prayers up and keep talking to the spirits about, healing and helping people get their lives back on track. And I'll be back on the air next Friday, hopefully with more good news about the condition of the neighborhood and the state of Houston. So that's just one thing. I didn't want to leave that out because we were suffering up here, and people are still yet to suffer that hadn't had electricity, and we just went through another bad storm. So keep your prayers up for Houston, Texas, man, and all the surrounding areas. But until then, man, I love y'all, and you can't do nothing about it. It's your boy, Dr. Shep, from 1.0, coming back across the track once again, my friend. I walked on water, and I walked on land. I got kings and queens that want to shake my hand. Who am I? The doctor. Big shout out to my mother company, Black Earth Inc., baby. And we doing it. This is the birthday of not only me, but my show. And we look to continue to bring you all the information that you need. Until then, it's your boy, Dr. Shep, and I love you, and we're out.
Can't get a game for free. Shit, I got some change on me. Look into my eyes, moving it right. I might just pay the fee. Jesus.